Yo, what's up, ballers? If you're not glued to your screen right now, you better be. Because what just went down in baseball is straight up chaos. A conspiracy-level betrayal that could shatter the league forever. Jim Bowen, the man with the inside track on MLB's soul, just went off like a nuclear bomb on the state of the game, calling it broken. Big market bullies like the Dodgers and Mets are hoarding talent, crushing small market dreams, and guess what? A work stoppage is coming. And in the middle of this madness, Bichette, yeah, the Blue Jays star shortstop, ditches Philly's $200 million dream deal for a measly $126 million from the Mets. That's right, he said no to 7 years of guaranteed cash and yes to betting on himself in New York. Ken Rosenthal, the insider king, swore Bichette was Philly-bound just 12 hours ago, and he was dead wrong. This isn't just a signing, it's a front office war zone, fan outrage on steroids, and a league-wide shockwave. Let's break this down step by step because if you thought baseball was fair, think again. Buckle up, this is the story of how the rich get richer and everyone else gets screwed. And trust me, by the end, you'll be questioning everything about this broken sport. Alright, let's set the scene here, folks, because this timeline is a masterclass in chaos. We're in the dead of winter, free agency is a bloodbath, and the big dogs are flexing like never before. Picture this, just 12 hours ago, Ken Rosenthal is on national TV, looking all confident, saying he strongly believes Bichette is heading to the Phillies. Not a hint of doubt, not a maybe, strongly believes. The whole baseball world nods along, Phillies fans are popping champagne in their minds, and then, boom! Jeff Passan drops the hammer. Bichette and the Mets are locked in on a 3-year, $126 million deal. No deferrals, opt-outs after year 1 and 2. That's $42 million per year for a guy who hit .266 with 18 homers last season. And get this, it's the second massive short-term bomb in 24 hours after Kyle Tucker cashed in for $240 million from the Dodgers. The free agent market? It's lost its mind. Teams with the fattest wallets are winning the war, and everyone else is scrambling for scraps. But here's where it gets personal and painful for Philly fans. Bob Nightingale reports the Phillies offered Bichette 7 years and $200 million. That's what he wanted, right? Long-term security, stability, the whole 9 yards. But he flipped them OFF. He said no to $200 million guaranteed, no to 7 years of peace, and took $126 million over 3 from the Mets instead. What? Because he wants to BT on himself. Hit free agency again in 2 or 3 years and cash in big, like Bregman did, like Snell did, like Tucker just did. The Phillies thought they had him. Nightingale says they believed the deal was done until the Mets swooped in at the last second like vultures. Ken Rosenthal was on TV, pounding the table. I strongly believe Bichette is heading to Philadelphia. Not maybe, not possibly, strongly. The whole baseball world was betting on it. And then, Steve Cohen whips out a bigger check and steals him right from under their noses. This is the Mets' new playbook, people. They lose Tucker to the Dodgers and, boom, pivot to Bichette in hours. That's the power of having the richest owner in baseball. You always have a plan B. Always. Imagine the boardroom drama. Cohen's on the phone, furious after Tucker's gone, barking orders to his front office. Find me the next best thing. And poof, Bichette's in. It's not luck, it's calculated chaos. Now let's talk about the man himself, Bichette. This guy's a Blue Jays lifer, a gritty shortstop who's been grinding in Toronto his whole career. Born and raised in the Toronto system, drafted in the first-round back in 2015, he's the poster boy for loyalty, until now. At 27, he's in his prime, a switch hitter with pop, speed, and that elite clubhouse vibe. Scouts rave about his work ethic, his leadership. Guys like him don't just play the game, they embody it. He's the type who shows up early, stays late, and turns the clubhouse into a brotherhood. But let's be real, he's never been an all-star as a position player. Last year, .266 with 18 homers, that's solid but not Aaron Judge territory. Judge smashed 58 dingers in 2024, and Bichette's out-earning him at $42 million a year? Insane. How does that compute? The market's disconnected from reality, folks. Bichette's strengths? He's a contact hitter with gap power, great defensively at short, gold glove potential. Weaknesses? Inconsistency at the plate, strikeout issues, over 150 last season, and now he's moving to third base for the Mets? At 27? That's a massive shift. Will he handle the hot corner? Will his bat translate? The Mets didn't sweat it, they just wrote the check. Projections? If he stays healthy, he could hit 25 to 30 homers in New York, but at this price? It's a gamble. And for the Mets, he fills the Pete Alonso void, bats behind Juan Soto, adds that competitive fire. But is he worth $42 million? Fans are screaming no, calling it a panic move by Cohen after losing Tucker. Blue Jays fans? Devastated. They lose Tucker to LA, Bichette to New York. Both guys they were linked to. Toronto just inked Vlad Guerrero Jr. to a monster deal, but they're watching their targets vanish. Mid-market misery, baby. And Philly? This is their second heartbreak in years. Manny Machado ghosted them, now Bichette. Do players just hate Philly or can't they compete? Here's the crazy part, the conspiracy angle that's got everyone whispering. Why did Bichette bail on Philly's $200 million? Because he wants to OPT out and chase more money. It's strategic manipulation at its finest. Players like him are betting on inflation, on their stock rising. The Mets know it, they're renting him short-term hoping he sticks around. But is this part of a bigger plan? Steve Cohen's Mets are building an empire, outspending everyone. They lose one star, grab another. Meanwhile, the Phillies? They did everything right, competitive offer, long-term vision, and got punked. Nightingale says they thought the deal was sealed. Rosenthal's strong belief? Smoke and mirrors. This reeks of insider games, sources leaking false info to manipulate the market. Maybe Rosenthal's sources were Mets plants, feeding him Philly rumors to keep the pressure off New York. Or perhaps Bichette's agent played both sides, dangling Philly to drive up the Mets' offer. Think about it, in a league where money talks, is anything real anymore? Jim Bowen sees it too. He went nuclear on foul territory, saying big markets like New York and LA have payrolls way bigger than the rest. Should it be this much? He asked. Teams in the bottom 15 markets have no chance at the World Series. When's the last time Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, or Oakland contended? Never anymore. It's a two-tier system, rich get richer, poor fight for crumbs. And the Dodgers? Bowen's calling their moves the tip of the iceberg, predicting a work stoppage. Salary floor, salary cap, something's gotta give. One of baseball's most connected execs is warning us. The game's broken. Imagine a lockout in 2026. Players striking, fans furious, TV deals crumbling. Is this the end of baseball as we know it? Let's compare this to the past because patterns don't lie, and they're scary. Remember Xander Bregman? Opted out of Houston for more cash. Blake Snell? Same thing, short deals, quick flips. Tucker just did it, 4 years, $240 million with opt-outs. Bichette? 3 years, $126 million, opt-outs after 1 and 2. Neither committing long-term. Players want flexibility to chase bigger paydays and desperate teams agree. It's the new normal. Go back further. A-Rod opted out in 2007, sparking a revolution. Now it's everywhere. Compared to league patterns? Big markets hoarding talent. Dodgers add Tucker to Ohtani, Betts, Freeman. Mets add Bichette to Soto, Linder, Vientos. Offensive firepower, but does it beat LA?
You watch him put
Small
his
teams?
left arm
Screwed.
down and
Bowen's
either
right.
is
This leads to
jammed his
lockouts.
shoulder
Owners
or
won't
his
cap
wrist. Watch
spending,
it go
players
down,
won't stop
and
demanding.
right there.
Chaos incoming. Hypothetically, if Bichette opts out after year 1, he could hit the market again at 28, demanding $50 million plus. Teams like the Mets are enabling this cycle, turning baseball into a rental league. Roster fit? For the Mets, Bichette's a dream. Right-handed bat behind Soto, elite presence. But positional issues? He's a shortstop moving to third at 27. Depth chart. Linder at SS, Vientos at 1B, Soto in outfield. Salary dynamics? $42 million eats cap space but no deferrals. Development? He's proven, but at this price it's overpay. For Philly? They lose a cornerstone, depth at infield craters. Blue Jays? Gutted, lose their homegrown star. Competitive imbalance? Massive. Big markets win, mid/small lose. Imagine the Mets payroll now, over $300 million. Philly's stuck at $200 million max. That's not competition, that's domination. Scouting him out. Strengths, contact, speed, 20+ SB potential, defense at SS. Weaknesses, power inconsistency, K rate. Projections, 25 HR, .270 AVG in New York, but at 3B? Risky. Stats last year, 18 HR, 70 RBI, good, not great. Advanced? WOBA of .320, 2.5 WAR. Compared to Judge? Bichette's earning more per year? Fan outrage justified. Comps. Like a young Jose Ramirez but without the all-star pedigree. Will he thrive at third? Scouts say yes, but it's a leap of faith. League-wide reaction? Rivals are losing their minds. Phillies fans? Furious, betrayed, bitter. Blue Jays? Devastated again. Mets fans? Mixed. Some love the splash, others call it panic. Media? Rosenthal's credibility tanking. Executives? Bowden predicts upheaval. Fans everywhere? Screaming about fairness. How do we invest in players with opt-outs? One tweet said. Loyalty's dead, it's all about the cash. Rival GMs? One anonymous exec called it economic terrorism. Dodgers fans? Laughing, saying Tucker's untouchable. Yankees fans? Jealous of Judge's pay disparity. Big picture? This widens the gap. Mets got better, but Dodgers dominate. Season implications? New York contends, Philly rebuilds. Free agency? Short deals rule. League balance? Broken, work stoppage looms. Small markets? Doom. Baseball's a two-tier farce. Long-term, salaries inflate 10% yearly, leading to caps. Fans abandon ship, ratings drop. Is this sustainable? No way. So, there you have it, folks, the absolute chaos of modern baseball. Bichette's a Met, Phillies burned, Rosenthal's wrong, Bowden's warning of apocalypse. Is the game fair? Will a lockout happen? What do you think? Panic move or genius? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for more breakdowns. Baseball's broken and we're just getting started. Stay locked in. Peace out.